In the first episode, we spoke about why India has become such an important part of the global technology roadmap. In this episode, I want to bring that discussion down to ground level and share a few real situations I've seen repeatedly while working with founders and companies exploring India. These examples are not meant to be exceptional. They are meant to feel familiar because many global teams start in exactly these ways. Let me begin with a founder story. A founder based in Canada came in with clear product idea but no technical team. Building locally felt expensive and slow, and outsourcing felt unfamiliar. Instead of committing to something large, we started with a 4-week development sprint. The scope was clearly defined, exceptions were set up front, and progress was visible throughout the engagement. By the end of those 4 weeks, the founder had a working MVP, something real that could be tested, shown to early users, and discussed with confidence. At that point, he chose to extend the work for another 4 weeks to add two important features, including payment collection. What stood out to me was not the extension itself, but why it happened. It wasn't urgency, it wasn't pressure, it was clarity. Once he could see the product working and understood how the collaboration felt, continuing forward became a natural decision. Today, that product is live and generating revenue. What this example highlights is the value of starting small, building confidence early, and scaling only after visibility is established. Now, let me share a second situation, one I see often with US based companies. A mid sized company had an existing backend operations team of around 20 people. As the business grew, workload increased, but hiring locally was becoming expensive and slow. They decided to extend the team through India, starting with 5 people. Those team members were aligned to US Central Time and integrated into existing workflows. Initially, they took ownership of repetitive operational tasks and followed the same processes as the US based team. Over time, something interesting happened. Operational pressure reduced. Processes became more structured, and internal teams were able to focus on higher value work. One thing leadership teams often tell me in these situations is that visibility and control actually improve because work becomes better documented and easier to track. This approach works well for companies that want flexibility and scale without committing to a large structural change upfront. The third scenario involves companies thinking longer term. Some organizations reach a stage where outsourcing alone no longer feels sufficient. They want ownership, continuity, and a dedicated team that feels like a true extension of their company. In these cases, companies often move towards GCC style operations in India. Instead of setting up everything themselves, many begin on a per seat model where a single predictable cost covers office space, recruitment, HR operations, and compliance. The team is employed directly under the company's Indian entity, which allows payroll to be handled at market rates without commissions or hidden layers. This gives companies transparency, control over culture, and the ability to scale gradually. For some, it also becomes a strategic step, opening opportunities to engage more deeply with the Indian market and nearby regions. When you look across these examples, a few things become clear. Successful companies do not rush, they do not overcommit early, and they do not treat India as a shortcut. They start with clarity. They choose the right engagement model for their stage, and they allow trust and structure to build before scaling. India does not automatically solve problems, but when approached thoughtfully, it becomes a powerful enabler for speed, flexibility, and long term growth. If the first episode helped you understand the landscape, this episode was meant to show you how that landscape translates into real decisions and real outcomes. In the final episode, I'll walk through the practical paths available to get started. So when you're ready, you know exactly how to proceed. Thank you for watching the Global Launchpad series, India Edition. I am Sunil Dhawan, and I'll see you in the next episode.